guys, Mrs. Simpson's here, and I just wanted to talk to you today about plants and what plants need to grow. Now, since we've been gone, I have really missed you a lot, and I was kind of sad at the beginning that I didn't get to see your smiling faces. And as you know, sadness is a pretty strong feeling. Now, I didn't need to go through the calm down techniques because I already was calm, but I needed to find a way to help my sadness and be more happy. And for me, that was starting some plants. So I got out some seeds I had and I started planting them. But I wanted to talk to you today a little bit about what you need to have plants to grow, and a special type of gardening where you don't need one of the things that most plants need to grow. So let me get started. First of all, here's one of the plants that I planted a couple weeks ago. This is a pumpkin plant. And this pumpkin plant needs 4 key things to grow. First of all, it needs soil. And this soil that's in here is important because it does 2 things for the plant. It helps keep it standing up tall, and it also helps get some nutrients into it. Now, nutrients are sort of like when your parents give you a vitamin. The vitamin helps give you some extra stuff that you might not get from your food, and that's what the soil does for the plant. It helps to do that. Secondly, the plant needs water. Why does the plant need water? Because plants, like all living things, need to drink. But does it have a mouth? No, it doesn't have a mouth. It can't drink. It doesn't have arms to hold a cup. But a plant has roots, and they are under the soil, and those roots are like little straws that help suck up the water and go right up into all parts of the plant. So as long as you're giving it water into the soil, that water will go down into the roots, and then the roots will suck it up so the plant can drink it. So we know we need soil. We know we need water. Do you know what another thing is that plants need? If you guess sun, you are right. The sun provides 2 things for the plant. First of all, it provides warmth. Most plants need a certain temperature so that they can grow healthy. If it gets too cold, then the plants die or they fall asleep until the next year. If it's too hot, they could die or wither or, just kind of get brown. They don't like it too hot or too cold. So you want to make sure they have the right temperature. And the sun also is important because that's how the plants eat. The sun hits the plant, and the green in the plant helps turn that sunlight into food for the plant. So you need sunlight, you need soil, you need water, and you need air. All plants need all 4 of these to grow: air, sun, water, and soil. Now, sometimes you can kind of trick a plant, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about that. Well, this plant needs all those things: sun, water, soil, and air. I am going to show you some plants that you can start without soil. Now, I know a lot of you don't have soil at home, or you might not have a pack of seeds at home, and that's okay, because you can get this stuff right out of your kitchen, or your parents can get something at the grocery store and it'll work just fine. So let me tell you a little bit about what I tried. First of all, this non-soil growing thing that I'm going to do today is called zombie gardening. And I think they call it zombie gardening because it's sort of like taking things that you'll throw away or that are old and bringing them back to life. Isn't that a cool name, zombie gardening? So anyway, I'm going to tell you a little bit about a couple of things that I grew. So first of all, you can see right here, this is an onion. And we use onions in a lot of our cooking, right? But normally we cut off the bottom part that where the roots were, and we throw that away because it doesn't taste very good. So what I'm going to show you is not the stem side, but on the root side where it's kind of flat and kind of round. We're going to cut that off with a knife and ask a grown-up to do that for you at home. Just take it and cut it so you just have the very tiny bottom on it, okay? Then you want to put that in a glass of water with just enough water to cover the part where the roots used to be. So you just want enough water to cover this part right here. You don't want to cover the whole thing or make the whole thing wet if you can help it. All right, so I'm going to put that in like this so that the roots are touching the water. I think I'm going to add just a little bit more water. There we go. Now it's touching. Okay, so I'm going to grow this in the water. Now I already did a couple ahead of time, so I'm going to show you what happens. So you can see with this one, you don't see any roots at all. It's just flat, right? If you actually grow it, let it in the water and change the water every couple of days, because the water can get a little nasty after a couple of days, so you want to change out the water every couple of days, it will grow some nice roots like this. Isn't that cool? So it goes from, it looked just like this, but then with water, for about a week or so, it grew roots. Now I had one that I did even before the rooted one, and I thought, wow, I wonder what would happen if I could take that out of the water that it's in with the roots and put it in soil. Do you think it would grow a new onion? Well, I put it in soil probably about 4 days ago. And if you look really carefully right here, you can see a tiny seedling coming. Isn't that cool? So I might be able to get a whole new onion from just one little piece of an onion that I would have thrown away. Wouldn't that be cool? I'll have to let you know if I actually get a full onion out of that. Now you can do the same thing with garlic. If you have any garlic in your house, just take one clove like this, and same thing, it looks sort of like the onion where it has like a little flat side to it. That flat side is where the roots were before they cut them out, right? And that's where the stem would be. So I put in very carefully some toothpicks into it, and I do that only because I don't want the whole garlic clove to be in the water. And I put it kind of on top like that, and then I pour some water in just up to cover the root part. All right, so it's not covering the whole thing. The toothpicks help with that, right? Now this is one that I did a couple weeks ago, and you can see that it's since grown roots, and look, it's starting to get a little stem on it. Do you think I can get a whole garlic plant from that? Like a whole bulb, which is a whole bunch of these cloves all together. Do you think I can get that? I don't know. I guess I'll give it a try. I'll see what I can do. I'll put that in dirt too. The last one I wanted to show you was my avocado pit. And an avocado pit is sort of the same way as the garlic. You need to kind of balance that in the water. Now I put this in, probably like 4 weeks ago. And as a scientist, I realized it's just not growing. Now maybe I just need longer to let it grow. So I'm gonna keep it in the water a little bit longer. But maybe I'll find out it doesn't grow. And that's okay too. You can learn. There's so many plants that you can do this zombie gardening with besides just the garlic and onion. You could do it with celery, you can do it with carrots, you can do it with potato peels, you can do it with lettuce or beets. So try it home. If you have any of those vegetables at home, give it a try. See if you can get them going in the water, and then maybe you'll get a whole plant. I did that with these scallions here. What I did was, if you've ever seen these scallions, people use them for cooking. All I did was cut off the ends here. This is what they normally look like with the roots on. I cut this piece off, and I took a bunch of these pieces with the little roots on them, and all I did was put them in a small cup in water. So I just put them in a small cup in water, again, just to cover the roots. And guess what? Those little tiny things grew up to be this. Look at how much it grew back. Isn't that amazing? You could do that too. You could try that with the scallions. They work really well, and apparently you could do that over and over again. I could cut this and start over again and get another one yet. So that's kind of neat. So just a reminder again, even though there's some cool experiments that you can do with vegetables without soil, most plants need the air, sun, soil, and water to grow. And to help you remember that, I have a friend who you remember, Miss Heather, and she has a great poem to share with you that will remind you about what plants need to grow.
Hi friends, it's Miss Heather, and I'm outside at my garden. We just finished getting it ready so that when it's a little bit warmer, we can put some plants in here. So right now, there's nothing in there. I'll probably plant some broccoli, maybe some tomatoes. Haven't decided yet, but it's gonna be full of delicious vegetables. So I have a story for you today. It's called Tom the Tomato. My name is Tom. Here he is. And I came from a tomato plant. Listen, and I'll tell you my story. One day, a gardener put a tomato seed in the ground, and then he covered it up with really good soil. Do you know what soil is? Soil is just another name for dirt. It has a lot of good stuff in it that our plants use for food. For 8 days, the seeds slept in the good soil. And while the seeds were sleeping, roots grow down into the soil, out from the seed. Then, on the 9th day, something started to grow up out of the seed and into the air. There was also sunlight. Soon, a few leaves started to grow on the stem. Now the tomato seed had become a plant. As the plant got taller, more and more leaves grew on it. The air and sunlight helped the plant grow even taller. So did the rain that fell from the sky. And when it didn't rain for many days, the gardener came and gave the plant water. After many days, yellow flowers started to grow on the plant. Later, little teeny tiny tomatoes started to grow from those yellow flowers. One of these tomatoes was me, Tom. The sunlight helped me grow bigger and bigger, and so did the rain and the water the gardener gave me. At first, I was green, then slowly I changed to red. One day, I was big, dark, red, and very juicy, and ready to be picked. The gardener put me in a basket with my friends from the tomato plant, and here I am. There he is. So do you remember what the things that our tomato needs to grow? So I have a little poem that we can do, and we have some motions that go along with it to help us remember all the things that our plants need to grow. Are you ready to do it with me? Okay, we'll do it a couple times so we can remember. When you put seeds in the ground, stems grow up and roots grow down. Soil, water, air, and light. With these things, our plants grow right. Okay, so we're gonna do it one more time so that you guys can remember, okay? So first, what are the 4 things our plants need to grow? Soil, like we have here. So we do this for soil. We need water, so we're gonna go water. We're gonna go air, like we're a fan blowing some air on our plants. And then the last thing is light, like we're being the sun. Okay, so here we go again. When you put seeds in the ground, stems grow up and roots grow down. Soil, water, air, and light. With these things, our plants grow right. Good job, friends. You guys were amazing. Thank you so much. I hope you have fun. Don't forget what our plants need to grow, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.